We're down here in Georgia at the Central Georgia Democracy Center. I've dropped our updates in the chat. And really quickly, I had a discussion earlier. We were talking about the arc of justice surrounding this Justice Solidarity Summit. And the topic came up of how are we getting more black organizations involved. And I want to offer this as sort of like a software update, especially if you are in these metropolitan areas, because more and more black people are leaving Christianity. So these are also people that are now becoming apathetic to voting. They used to vote, but now they don't see the value in voting anymore. One aspect or one way of handling this has just been to just let them go, right? But that has not shown to be successful because we need their vote. Whether, however we're going to push this legislation or push our legislative agendas, we need them involved. We need all hands on deck. We need everyone involved. And the area that they're finding the difficulty in is that there is nothing tangible. Every time the vote is yielded, every time emotion is expressed, every time there's boots on the ground and we're rallying behind a cause, the cause may come through and be successful, but then nothing, the black community gets nothing. It's a trickle down effect, and the black community is tired of that. Many black organizations are tired of that. So I want to offer this in our organizing moving forward, is understanding that when we're going to this community, is not always about doing the same thing that we've done in the past. We have to present something different, because again, if we're looking at our history as far as our revolts, our revolutions, what we find in common is that there is no fear of death, right? And that's where we're finding this apathetic group at. They don't care that we're at war. They don't care that the country is burning. They don't care that we don't care, right? It's a we don't care, simply because at some point you get tired of giving so much of your effort, so much of your voice, and it's not being heard. We see that in Georgia, where most of our legislators are just empty. They're placeholding. Even though we've voted the old ones out, we put the ones in that said that they were going to do what we need them to do, they're still empty. And most of that falls under the party that they're in. You know, our Democratic Party has a really hard time with building that cohesiveness with the community. So in navigating this this voting season, and when we're out in our community, we have to approach this in a way that understands and holds space for people that is just sick and tired of being sick and tired. The same narrative is not going to work. We have to find something that makes this tangible, that makes the vote, makes them voting, makes them say, hey, okay, well then that makes sense. So I appreciate Andrea with our 5 areas of affordability. I'm all about that. So if I can help and be a part of that, I would love to, because I have so many, so many ideas. In fact, a part of our justice agenda this year, we're addressing all of those areas as well. So that is also linked in our Google document. But the key point here is that when we are talking, especially this new narrative of fascism, right? So if we're going into black communities and we're using the talking point of fascism, we have to use it in understanding that this country has always been fascist to black people. It's not something new. So the moment you come in presenting fascism as if it's something new and we need to get excited about that now, they're going to close their ears. They might stand and nod, and they might take your gift card. They might take you and say, yeah, I'll register and I'm a vote, but they're not. Because again, it's ignoring the fact that this country has always been fascist. This is why Trump is able to get away with all of the foolishness he is doing. There's no constitution that's holding him. There's no Supreme Court that's holding him. He's a part of this indefinite board of peace with billions of dollars already. So even if he's not president anymore, he's still a pain in the ass for the globe. So it doesn't matter at this time. So we have to look at this to get our people back where we need them. But it can only be done if we do that with that understanding that it's not fascist now. It has always been fascist. You can't have a system of systematic racism and not have fascism. In fact, in Georgia, we just had 2 lynchings in February. 2. We're still being lynched out here. So it's not a matter of, oh, it's fascist now. No, that has been the order of the day. So I wanted to start out with that. Second, I just have some minor updates. SB 34, it was in committee last Tuesday. It made it out of committee. That was great. However, it doesn't have Senators Huffstetler's original language that protects Georgia ratepayers. So that was removed, and that's how it was able to get out of committee. Now we needed to cross over, but we needed to cross over with the original language that protects ratepayers. And this is the bill that protects ratepayers from incurring the bill, having to pay the bill of data centers. So we're working on that. We started our letter campaign on the 19th. Our goal is 100. Last week we're at 33. This week we're at 47. Thanks to Black Voters Matter and the Sierra Club for helping to push that out as well. Because we need to get this crossed over with Senator Huffstetler's original language, we have some additional action items, more elevated action items. Andrea, I spoke to you about this last week where we're having people, I did an email campaign where we're having people call their representative to support Senator Huffstetler's original language, and then also working with the Georgia Data Center Coalition, we are pushing to get people to the Capitol tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. So we have those initiatives going on to make sure that we get this bill crossed over, but crossed over with its original language that protects Georgia ratepayers. Next, we have our day at the Capitol, and I'm honored to be presenting the policy concentrations for HB 350, and that's the Infant Emergency Preparedness bill that we're pushing for that Infant Emergency Preparedness Day at the Capitol on the 9th, which is Monday. So again, I'm excited. I'll be with Brittany, the founder of Kari's Calls, and we'll be presenting again those policy concentrations because we want to make sure that this bill is effective and bring forth more advocacy for holding, not advocacy, but more work holding space to save infant lives. Right now, emergency respondents are not required to know neonatal resuscitation or infant CPR. We need that. How is that an option? We need that. So that's what I said. We need that.
No, don't make any sense.
But that is all. We're still pushing. I think last week we had, we're doing a letter campaign for that initiative as well. Last week we had, I think, 12 or 14 letters sent. We're still at 12 or 14 letters sent, but that's okay because we have some more initiatives the rest of this week that'll help push it.
Just getting started. You will build it up. You will build it up.
Yep.
All right.
But thank you.
Good.